If you are watching this video, I assume that you have already purchased a Webflow template and you want to customize it yourself. Whether you are a marketing guy or a business owner and want to make your website, your Webflow website, look amazing. I will share the step-by-step process of how we as a Webflow agency create these templates and customize it for our clients, and you can also do the same way for your Webflow website. So if you're visiting my channel first time, my name is Ashok. I'm a Webflow certified expert since 2016. I love building Webflow websites, templates, and helping others to learn Webflow. Let's dive into the video. If you have not purchased your template yet, then I would suggest you follow some steps before purchasing a template. So here's what I believe that you must have in your template. One is components. Your template must have components, this kind of components which you can reuse again and again for the same layout or the same blocks or the style, right? And second thing I look for is these variables, my colors, my font, everything should be coming from these variables. It means if I change this purple color here, this purple brand 500 color here, it will replace all the colors wherever I use this brand 500 color, right? So that it saves you a lot of time. And what else I prefer is to have a style guide, a proper style guide. You must have a style guide in your template. Check these things, create a free Webflow account, go to the template that you like and click on the preview in Webflow. Once you preview it in Webflow, you will see all those things, right? This kind of layout will open and you will see if the template creator has added these things or not, right? Let's say here this is our own template for podcasters, right? As you can see here, we have everything for buttons, for input fields, for radius, for box shadow, for spacings. We have everything here. You just need to go and start updating your template. And want to create new pages, then you just follow these steps and create a new page also using this component library given here, right? Here we don't have too much components, but it depends on what kind of template you are purchasing, in which category you are purchasing it in, right? So these are the most thing you must have in your template before you purchase, right? So now the second steps after you purchase your template, this is what you have to come and change. Let's say here in this base collection, I have the base collection. I will change my colors. These you can keep static, but these you can start changing it. If you have a brand guideline given by your graphic designer or your UI designer, you can just go and create a new from here or just change it, like here any of these colors here, and it will be updated to your Webflow website, right? So these are the things you can do here. And also regarding the font, if you look at this font is a dynamic font here, which I'm using the Google font. You can change this font to whatever the font you want, or you can add your own font. Let me show you. Just click on add a font and it will take you to your this font page in Webflow settings. Here you can choose your font. I have Roboto Inter here already added. You can use Google fonts or you can use your custom fonts here. You can upload the fonts here, so that let's say any premium fonts you have purchased from third party websites, you can upload that here. I would suggest, whether you are using Inter or not, let's say it's a free font, then again I would suggest you go and upload your fonts here, because having a fonts uploaded to your website will fast your website, right? It won't take time for your website to load fonts from Google APIs, right? So right now it's loading from Google APIs, but I would like to prefer to have my fonts installed manually, whether it's Inter or Robot or whichever the fonts I'm using, it should be here added manually, right? So that's how you can add fonts. And then these are the things. I don't suggest you change that, because the template you have purchased is coming up with this uh, perfect style guide and this content spacing and everything that you need to run a website, right? So that's there. Once you create the style guide, then you come here and you just don't need to do anything. You click on this body, and if you have updated a new font, the font I showed you, then you don't need to come follow this step. Otherwise, you need to, if you are adding a new font, let's say if I go here and in the base collection, I'm adding a new font. I create a new variable. I'm creating a new font. Yeah. Uh, Font family. You can just give a name here, and you can choose, let's say, Arial. Right. This is my Arial is my new font. But for this display to Excel class, I want to change it to, let's say, here font family Arial. Right. This is what I changed here, and it will be updated everywhere in my website. Right. But I don't want to do it because I already have my inter font here for this template. And that's how you can just change your variables and edit your style guide. Right, the style guide matters a lot because these are the styles which you can use. If you want to increase decrease these fonts, you can do that from here, but I don't suggest that. It's already there. If you have your custom sizes, then yes, go ahead and do it. Let's say for heading 1, if I just make it 48 of size of this font, then wherever I have used this one on this page, right? So I think I don't have instance of that. Let me see, and see one on this page and one on other pages. So if I change this size to whatever the size I want here, let's say display fs xl 60 to something, let's say 72, it will be updated to 72 on other page wherever I've used this class, right? Display excel class. So this is how you can change these fonts from here. Okay, so now let's move ahead and see the modes of designing your page. If you are happy with the colors, if you are happy with the fonts, if you are happy with everything, the template you have purchased, and don't want to add your own colors or anything, right? Or you just want to update the content first and then want to update these things, then you can just simply, let me come here in my home page. There are two modes which you can use, a build mode and the design mode. Build mode I will use just to update these text and these imageries and let's say these buttons, everything, right? The links and everything I want to change. So here if I click on this button, I can't do anything, let's say in terms of designing, but I can just change the text of whatever the text I want. I can just change the text from here, and you can just click outside and it will be saved automatically, right? And for these same goes here, two times you can make a click for this one also. And if you want to change a link to that button, you can just click on that and you can have a URL, you can have a page, you can have a section of your page, whether it's this page or some other pages, and you have email, call and attachment, right? It depends what exactly you want here. And it will be like the changes will be done here and update your page based on your new copy, right? But I prefer initially, when you are building a website and customizing your template, just go with this approach, the design approach, so that you have freedom. Let's say if I want to make these podcast color to this shilel, right? Shilel. So I'll just make it, I'll just select that text, wrap with span, and I will make it 500 text brand 500, right? So is it the same color like that, right? I'm adding a new class here, right? So this is how you can do this in design mode, right? But you can't do that in build mode, so make sure you are following it like this. So let's say in order to change, we'll start with the links, right? You start with links or the text first, it depends on you. So I prefer to start from top to bottom. So first comes my header, right? This is components. This green things you see is a component in Webflow, which means you can reuse it again and again, so that you don't need to create the same thing again and again, right? The same style you create once, the layout you create once, you can make it as a component and then you can reuse it. If you want to learn more about it, I have a video on my channel, go and watch that. So I want to make changes to this, right? So let's say as per my sitemap, I have these links Let's say if I click on the setting icon here in this link, I can just set these links to whichever I want, and then the page where I want to send them, right? And then you want to open this page in this current tab or the new tab you want to open. These are the settings that you can see from here, right? You can see the pages you can assign this link to, and also the text you can change from here. Let's see if I just want episode, right? Not episodes, but I want episodes, so I'll just change it that. And the same way it's for the similar links, but this is the drop down. So how can you open the drop down? Just click on the drop down, come to the settings. For the same links you have the same settings on the right hand side also. And also for this drop down, click on this menu, open means show, and then you can just change the links inside the drop down. If you want to add a new link, just copy and just control C, control V, or you can, I think, perform control D as well, right, to duplicate that particular item. So that also you can do from there. Once you make these changes and you want to close the drop down, just go and in the settings and set it to hide, right? That's how you can hide it. And then if you want to make some changes to this drop down, you have these options like close delay and open menu on hover. Let's say if someone hovers on these drop down, this link, right, this item, then it opens or not. Right now it's not set, but you can do that from here. So, and these simple links, again this button link I just showed you, this is how you can change it. And for this logo also has a link. Make sure you go through each and everything and have this element navigator panel open, right? These elements navigator panel open, so that you see the structure and also and see whether it has a link or not. If it has a link, then it would look like this link kind of icon, right? So that you can just go and change the links from there, right? And now it's time for me to change the text. So what I'll do, I'll just double click here and I will start updating my text here, whatever the text I want. Let's say business of design podcast with that design. I just want to say design podcast with that, right? Nothing else. So that's how I can just edit and just click anywhere outside of my canvas. And again, I can change this paragraph from here. I can change the buttons, the image. For the image, it's very similar. Click on the image, click on the settings, click on this replace image, and from here you can choose whatever the image you want, whether it's svg or webp, or you want the jpeg or the png images. It depends on your requirements, right? So for this image, the same way you can change it from here also in the settings panel. You can set the width, height, you can add the alt text to your image, and these lazy loads you can also assign to your images. It helps you make your website faster when it loads, right? When someone visits the first time, it will make your website faster. For the same thing, the images here for these logos. And let's say if we move ahead and talk about, so same way throughout the website, I just showed you how you can change images, how you can edit the links and update the linking wherever you want to link it, and how you can use these components, how you can make changes to your style guide, right? Now let's move ahead. These are the basic things which you can do, right? Once you and that's how the websites are built, right? Using these 4 to 5 things only: text, images, links, buttons, right? This is what it uses in your layouts. So now I want to discuss about this thing called CMS in Webflow. Webflow is mostly known for its CMS, and that's what we are going to discuss now. So I told you that green colored items are components, purple colored items in your navigator panel or in your canvas, this canvas, the purple ones are the CMS items, means it is coming from the CMS, or you can call it a database in Webflow, right? So these are my items here. I'm also again using the images, and and these, let's say, these buttons and links, right? And the animations here are given from this hover effect here. So in order to update these in your, so make sure you click here on the collection list wrapper. Come here, wherever you click here, it will show you, tell you, okay, the name is episodes, right? So I will just go to my CMS here, and I look for, here are the collections, I look for episodes, here is the episode. I have these episodes already created here, but I don't want these. So these are the dummy and fake data, right, which you can delete. Just click on this select and delete it. Sometimes it won't let you delete. Why? Because they are linked. Let's say, see, let's see if it let us. Okay, now it's deleted, it's good. So that is done. I'll show you how you can create. Let's keep the host. All right, let's not read them, but let's say negotiation or marketing. I'll show you how you can create a new episode. Let's say episode name. You can give it a name. Let's say Webflow template customization, right? And then this is your slug, which will be the URL which users can visit. And here you can add your transcript if you already have. This is a rich text field, means you can add headings, you can add number list, bullet list, and you can add paragraphs, block quote, image, video, rich content. You can also use the codes, HTML embeds. If you want to show, let's say, anything outside of Webflow, you want to show it here, you can do using HTML embed, and then code block which you can add here. Then the guest name, who is the guest, let's say Ashok, and episode except summary, except or the summary which we can show it on our home page or wherever we are using in a cards, right? So I can write your summary here. So this is my summary, and this is my main image I can choose, and the thumbnail image for the episode. Just click here and just upload your image. It depends what size you want to use, that depends on you. Your podcast URLs you can paste here, and then the episode date, where it, when it was, let's say 17th. Top podcast, if you want to show it on homepage, it says they enable these. If you want to add this podcast to top podcast of the week section, means on the homepage we have that particular section where you can use this, right? So if I enable this podcast will be shown on the homepage, right? Then you have the categories, the marketing, negotiation, and sales. Let's say negotiation. And then you have the host, right? You can create, let's say, Sheila Magro, and the sort number, this is for sorting, let's say from 1 to 100, 1 2 3 4 up to 100, or whatever the episodes you have, but you can use this to sort it out on your page, right? So let's say, for example, we have this ready, and I'm creating it as a draft for now. I'll just, and these are my hosts, and these are my categories. I can create a new category from here easily without any issues, right? That will be linked to our episodes collection. Now I can create and add a new host here. If someone, let's say, want are showing up regularly on our podcast, then we can add them as a host here, right? Then you can reuse them again and again, and then we can assign them here in our this item that we have created, right? But what I want to show you now again is I want to use a dummy text here. For example, I want to generate sample, I want to generate only 5, and let's see, just give it a moment. Let's come out of that. And right now we don't have anything in our CMS. It's because I have already deleted them, right? Our collection does not have any items yet. Okay, let's create that first. Okay, so now we have 5 items here. Let's go and see if you only have, see, right now we have 5 items created by Webflow. These are the fake data, but as you can see, it's already created there. The one, the same process I showed you, right? So this is how you can customize your CMS collection fields and add new items. So once you do that, click on these pages and click to these episodes here. So here, as you can see, I have the episodes. What is this? I don't think so this page has that particular, let's say if you use this. Yes, this page has the author name, the category, and the date, the publishing date, and the guest who was the guest here, right? So, and you have these links which is coming from there. You don't need to touch these. It depends what kind of template you have. Again, but here I have this for podcast. I don't want to touch them, but if you want to add a new stream here, you just click on that stream icon, and here you see the link block. Just duplicate that, control D, duplicate that, and change the image and change that particular icon, and then this link block to select to that particular new field that you have created in your CMS, right? That depends on your requirements. So here, this is form. I want to discuss about the forms, but let's look at other things. I don't think so we have anything else to check here. Okay, let's go to the form one now. Right, I think we have done, yes, which are things are done. So this is your form. Let's say your form is here, and then these are the form item names, the field names, and the form name. Let's say podcast form. This is my podcast form, and I want to publish this podcast form. Let's publish that. And here, as you can see, you have options: none, page, URL. If you want to integrate this with HubSpot or Salesforce or anything, that you can easily do it from here. But let's say Mailchimp, you can do it easily from here as well. Just give a link or use any of the apps which you can use from Webflow. You have Zapier, and you have HubSpot, Typeform, all these apps which you can use that, so that you don't need to use any integration platforms whenever you need any integration requirement, right? So this is how you create the forms, and where you can find the forms. It's very easy. Just click on the settings, and from that settings you see these forms here. Again, here you will have your form. Let's say I have this podcast form. I don't have any submissions now. You can see the spams also here, but that's how you can see your submissions in Webflow. And also you will get the email from Webflow saying that you have received a form submission from your website. It depends what kind of subject that you have added there, right? This is my let's say once I'm done with these changes, once I'm done with these responsive changes as well. As you can see here, you can see the responsiveness for tablet, for my landscape phone, for my vertical phone, right? So which I can make sure that it is working totally fine. Then now the step is to make the SEO changes, right? So here in the home page, I click on these pages, home, episodes, all pages are here. Click on these settings. From here, you can write your title tag and the meta description of this page. And if you want to index this page, then you need to enable this one, right? Then it will be indexed. By default, I think it's enabled for the home page, right? So these are where you can add the custom code. If you want to add some custom code, let's say some CSS or something, you can do that easily from here. And you can add the JSON code here. This is, I think, not for you. If you have any extra requirements, then I'm sure your developer will handle this part. But here yourself, you can manage these. You can also have this image for the social media platforms, right? And the same way you can do that for the episodes page, right? From here you can add these items: title, description, OG, title, description, and all, right? For the CMS, the same way you can create either or you can create the SEO title and description in your episodes. Let's say, for example, here I'm not sure if I have, but here I don't have, let's say, SEO title and description. So I can create myself here SEO title and SEO description. So that the this issue content, let's say, SEO description. So this is coming from here. So now if I go to my this pages, my episodes pages, I want this page to be indexed right here, as you can see. And I want to have this, let's say title tag is name. No, I want my SEO title here, and I want my SEO description. Let's look for the description. This is my content now, and this will be fetched by Google or any other platforms you are indexing your website, right? So this is how you can make the SEO changes. And let's say at the end, let's go to settings again, because from there you can also make these changes. For SEO point of view, click on this SEO again, SEO tool here in your settings page. You can disable these subdomain. You don't want to index that. Once your website is live, you can make changes to your robots txt files, and the sitemap will be generated automatically. Custom sitemap you can create. You can add the Google Search Console's verification ID here. You can have, if you don't know how to do that, go to here and just create it simple. Google canonical tag, this is advanced, you don't need to touch that since you do have a new website, but that's how you can do that. So once you are done with your changes, CMS and the SEO stuff, then it's time for publishing your website with your custom domain. So here you can go and you can add your own site plan. If you are confused about the site plans, Webflow has so many site plans for e-commerce, workspace, and for the websites making live, right? So many. If you are confused, you can go and check out my video on Webflow pricing. It will simplify your queries, right? Once you are done here, once you add the 301 redirects, this is for, let's say there are some URLs you already had in your old website, or if you don't have old website, then you can ignore this. If you had an old website, or then you can use some URLs which you are not using to the new page, let's say home page or episodes page, so that your users don't see the 401 redirect error, right? 404, sorry, not 401. And then what else we can see here. Then you have a apps and integration. Once your website is live, published, from here you can publish it. You can add a custom domain and publish to both the domains, right? And then once you do that, you can add Google Analytics ID. You can give your website uh, to Google Analytics, and they will create the ID for you. You can have Google Maps ID if you want to. You can have Metapixel ID. You can track your users and then retarget them for your ads, meta ads, right? Then you have cookie consent if you want to add, and then these are the connected apps. Let's say if you want to use Salesforce, HubSpot, you can just do these integrations from here. If you want to do the webhooks, that is also you can do it from here in Webflow. Apps and integrations you already have, so you can also create the webhooks, and let's say from Mac or anywhere. These are the advanced stuff. I think you should not get into this now, but you can add the reCAPTCHA links here given from Google. You can add those, your keys, your secret keys here, and I think you're good to go. Now your website is live. You have made these changes. Now Google will start crawling your website. In the coming days, it will start crawling your pages one by one. If you don't see some of the pages crawl, go to Google Search Console and see why it's not crawling or what happened to that. Go and make changes, and just crawl it again, in index it again in Google Search Console, and then you will find that it's working fine, and your website will be crawled by Google and will start indexing, and will start ranking in Google and other platforms, right? So this is how you can make changes to your website. These are the general settings you can do favicons from here. I would suggest you go and check these also, right? Once you don't only check the one I showed you, but go and see all other these items here, the menu bar in Webflow settings page. Hey, I hope you have learned something from this video. I'm sure you will apply these principles and this process to your Webflow website, and you will have amazing website at the end. Make sure you test all the devices, let's say whether it's tablet or mobile or desktop versions, right? You can do that from your Chrome browser or whichever browser you are using. So if you like the video, please hit that like button and subscribe for more. If you want us to customize your template, please go ahead and click the link given in the description so that we can connect and discuss more in detail. Until next time, happy creating.